We just came out here today with a customer of ours. He needs to test it. But apart from that, we came out a little early to test a couple other guns. We got a Springfield here in a little box, and we got a Springfield here in a big box. Interesting scenario here, and we'll give you a close-up of these. But it's a little gun in a big box. Big gun in a little box. Which one we gonna do today? Let's start with the compact Carry XDS. Here you go. That's what we're gonna do today. Has a grip safety on the back. Our grip insert is made to contact that grip safety. Beautiful grip insert. Keep in mind when you put the gun into the rest, the human hand grip is not that strong. So just finger tight this thing in there. It's gonna hold right to that gun. It's gonna duplicate the human. We're gonna find out what this little compact Carry does. We're gonna stretch her out to 15 yards today, just as a quick check, and we're gonna try some various ammo. See how this goes for us. Got a trigger safety here. We're just going to come in here. You want the screw as high as possible of the slot. There's always kind of rule of thumb there. The max travel. We put the screw as high as possible on this side. Come down low enough with the finger. And that's the trigger. Oop. Snug. Alright. Let's go ahead and drop the magazine. Drop the hammer. Trigger came forward some. So just for that forward movement when it's locked. Alrighty. And dry fire. There we go. Snug that. Dry fire again. It does come forward when it chambers. I think I would like to give it a little more gap. To do so, I might have to go to the other hole on the, but there you go. Now it's disengaged from the safety. As I pull, it engages the safety and then fire. All right, well, we dry fired. We are finger snug. We are going to start with 230 grain Fiocchi. So, yeah, it feels good there. Bring her down to battery. Gonna rack her, fire in the hole. All right, up and right of bullseye, not quite the 1 o'clock. Round two. Way up from that, so it did settle in. We'll check our tension. No, bottom took a, yeah, we're happy. All right, round three. That looks about in the same spot. And round four. Yeah, we're gonna go cold, see what those 4 rounds did for us. Where'd my ECI go? All right, you saw it all on video. We just mounted the gun. First round was here, 45. Next 3 was up there. It was a 5-round mag. We had a failure to feed that very first one. This is a brand new gun. That is the first round that ever came out of the gun. The next 3 rounds are there. We aren't very far away, and that's an impressive little group. 440 to center. We stretch it out to 1/2 inch. That's what a 1/2 inch looks like. And it's definitely pretty small. Yeah, impressive. We're gonna hang another target. We have adjusted down in our elevation. So we're gonna put a target in the same spot. We're gonna move down and see where she's at. Alrighty, we're gonna drop down the grain. We got a couple groups out of the 230, weren't super impressed, wasn't too bad, but we're gonna drop down to 200 grain XTP Hornady and see what we got. Kind of a hollow point. Boop. See how these feed in here. There we go. Alright. First round, fire in the hole. Alright, just low a bullseye. Round 2. Oh, up of that, about an inch up. Round 3. Just next to that one. Round 4. There you go. And round 5. Ah, just to the left, opened up that group a tiny bit. We're gonna go safe. We're gonna go down and see what those 5 rounds get a accurate measurement. It'd be 3 groups of 5 to get an average. And normally what we do is 8 or 10 rounds to just say to heck with it. 8 or 10 at a time. But an average is about 3 groups of 5. It's kind of the industry standard there. We're gonna go down and measure this one. We definitely got a round group. We'll see what she measures. Yeah, 2 inch, 25. All within the 10 ring. Not bad, but that's what she is. 5 rounds. We blew 5 more, she'd probably pepper this a little more. I'm gonna pull that target right now, and you'll see all the grouping behind it that we have done today. Alrighty. So our first round was up here. As the gun settled, we came down, and all the rounds you have seen so far have been right there. So that's it. We're gonna try one more set of ammo. I think we have a pretty good idea of how good that gun does.
Yeah.
All right. We dropped all the way down, 185 grain, Hornady, American Gunner. All right, ECI out, magazine in, down to battery. It's hot, range is hot, ears are on. All right, first round of the 185 grain, fire in the hole. Just low a bullseye again. Round 2. And we had a velocity of 869. Good job, Joshua. Round 2. 891. Picked it up, and it just went high right. Higher velocity, and it did rise. Round 3. 891 as well, and it planted it right next to the other one. Round 4. Oh, look at that. Driving a hole. Round 5. Huh, I think this gun looks like it likes a 185 grain. Let's go down and look at what those 5 rounds look like. And if we have 5 more rounds, I say we plant them on top of the same spot and see what a 10 rounder looks like. Well, that's a tight group besides the first hand rack round, which that's not uncommon in a semi-auto to get a hand rack difference. We'll see if it duplicates on our next group, but I want to measure this group. It's not uncommon for these short little polymers to like the lighter grain, and some of the longer range, heavier guns like those heavier grain. I really expected the Springfield XDS to like that heavy grain, but it did not. So let's go find out. And I won't get excited until we duplicate it. Okay, first round was 860 feet per second. Rest were around 890. That's 4 rounds, and that's our first round. And we were holding the 10 ring here, which was a 2-inch circle. And we are now, those 4 rounds are within a 1/2 inch. That last round being down there, we're 1.8, and I think we did get a 1.5 out of a Fiocchi at one point. I think we want to plant a few more on the same target, don't you? So we're not even going to change target. We're going to put a few more in the same spot. We want to see if it duplicates this and where they land. All right. During this ammo shortage, we're just kind of throwing through here what we have available. We don't have all ammo. We wanted some Atlanta Arms and some more federal stuff, but so far it's just what we have, and we've dropped down to a 185 grain. We're going to do 5 more rounds of this 185 grain. Hornady, American Gunner. It's down to battery. Range is hot. First round of the second group. Fire in the hole. split the difference between the two. It is lower, but it's not as low as that last one, the last hand rack round. All right, round 2. Round 3. Round 4. Hey, that went to the left. 902, it rose on velocity too. Round 5. There you go. Let's go see what that looks like. All right, our first hand rack was here. Our second hand rack looked here. All the others printed there except for, I believe it was third round, and it was going way faster. Our fourth round, it printed way over there for some strange reason. You'd have to do the whole box to see if that happens, but it definitely likes that 185 grain better than the 230, and we'd have to try some other manufacturers, but we're definitely in the right direction. That gun doesn't seem like it likes the heavier grain as much, for sure. 200 didn't do as good. 185 did pretty good. But so far, here's what we're at. I'm going to pull this target here, and you're going to see all the grouping behind it. I don't know how much more we're going to do today because we got another gun we need to test. For sure, this gun shoots, but this is an XDS compact carry. And there was our first group, first round, first group. Planted everything right there. I think it definitely shoots. XDS. Springfield. First round, fire in the hole. All right, just a little bullseye. Round 2. Oh, up of that, about an inch up. Round 3. Just next to that one. Round 4. There you go. And round 5. We're gonna go safe. We're gonna go down and see what those 5 rounds give us. A little slower on the 230 grain. Yeah, our 185 grouped a little more to the right, but it ran faster around the 890, 900, right? And what was this one, Josh? 777 was our average. Yeah, just under an inch. Not a little more than an inch there. Stretch it out to an inch. Yep. With that other round, let's go to 1.25 inches. So with that one, we're about 1.25 inches. A lot less this way, under an inch that way, but that one round, 1.25 inches. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all.
And it's a little slower 230, but there you go. And we'll pull that target again. And let's see if that one hit a little different than all our others. And it did. In perspective, that was sitting here. In perspective, it is a little to the left of that hole.
Yep.
That's what it says at. Interesting. All right. We're going to change the cardboard because we want a whole new piece of cardboard for your gun, I think. We'd like to see all the grouping on that cardboard. Sure. So, but there we go. All right, here we are with the Springfield Armory XDS. It's sitting in the multi-cal steady rest here. We took it out and did some testing. We were using the 5-round magazine, so we did some 5-round group, put it in the Ransom Rest. We send it down range, and here's what we got. Here's just kind of a recap. We thought it'd be nice to do a summary here to kind of give you an idea of what you guys were seeing on video. Our first round here was on our first group, and as the gun fired and recoiled, it settled into our grip inserts, planted 3 rounds right there. Here's the groups you did not see on video. This is a reputable, all 3 of these are reputable ammo manufacturing companies. And you've seen us use their ammo before. So our first round was here. We planted about 5 rounds with some velocity change, and then we changed magazine, and our first hand rack round, once again, both hand rack rounds, and this is a total of 10 rounds. We were getting about a 20 feet per second variation on that ammo. We changed to another reputable ammo manufacturer of kind of what we would call the industry standard for ammo on 45 ACP. We had 30 feet per second on their ammo, and it just gave us this vertical grouping here. A lot of variation in the velocity. It just literally jumped around. We changed ammo again, same 230 grain, another manufacturer. It hand racked here, and then we had about another 25 feet per second variation. And there's our 4 rounds, and there's one there, and it just seemed, velocity really seemed to affect this gun quite a bit. We dropped down to a 200 grain, first round, planted 1, 2, 3, did good. Last round, jumped velocity quite a bit and printed way over there. We went to a 185. At a 185 ammo, it really seemed like it liked the ammo. First hand rack round was down here. It's not uncommon on a semi-auto. The forces applied seating that bullet is not the same forces applied as when it auto cycles. So our hand rack round printed there, planted the next 4 rounds right here. We went impressive, so we We didn't get excited. We wanted to duplicate that. We hand racked it. There's number 6 round. It planted 2 more right there. Number 4 went over there, and number 5 was right here. As you saw in video, that was a huge velocity jump. It went from an 860 to 890s, jumped to a 910, something like that, and then it dropped back down to about an 880. Once again, getting some velocity change, but clearly shows it likes the 185. If we can get rid of that feet per second jump, it'd be impressive. We dropped down to a 200 grain, which was a hand load ammo. It did pretty well. We still got about a 10 feet per second velocity jump. It wasn't like a 2-point or a 5-point. We got a 10-point. And hand rack round, and she nailed pretty good. We clearly showed you the hole in the cardboard. The gun clearly holds and did very well. We had our first round, we adjusted down, and we just drove a hole through that cardboard that was about 2-inch in diameter. So, of course, we just stuck the target up there, so sometimes if we hung it in a different spot or otherwise, but you saw the hole through the cardboard. We never moved the gun, we just returned it to battery, changed ammo. A little disappointing on the feet per second variation we had. So that's what she'll do. Next, you'll see the XDM, and we have some other guns coming up, so stay posted. I hope this interested you and showed you why you needed a ransom rest, why you're missing the broadside of the barn. Even if you were running that ammo last year in 2019, why this year you can't hit right. Some of the same ammo we tested last year, and we were driving some pretty nice groups from the same manufacturer and the same ammo, and we didn't get that velocity change. But all this 2020 ammo seems to be jumping all over the place. It appears the gun does it. The gun holds. We're going to test this again. We'll drive her down. We'll get some other ammo and some less variation, and we'll get this group down. But there you have it. That's just what that gun does.